We're expecting after that Papa goal, Le Deluge. It didn't quite come. We've now played about 17 minutes, by my watch, 17 minutes exactly. 1-0, that goal coming in 3 minutes. And the referee decides that was obstruction as Sasu tried to come forward. No doubt about that. Boli is not looking. That was taken, or about to be taken, by Frank Sosi. Well, Papa has had about 3 touches of the ball. I think that may... Did he get it? We have to look to the linesman on the far side. I think he's giving... Did he? No, he didn't. Not according to that shot. Corner kick it is. Incredible man, this. Still to establish himself in Milan as well. And you could see that Boli wasn't far enough forward, giving the goalkeeper that untrammeled space. Some empty spaces way down there. As I said, it's a cold night in Paris. I think there's a hard, not indifference, but a little bit of reservation, some question marks being laid against this French squad because of the recent record, which I pointed to at the start of our transmission. They've got to prove a lot of points tonight. The Austrians came to Paris and so undistinguished their recent history that there was only one photographer and no pressmen to meet them, and they were rather taken aback by that. But I suspect they would have rather met the photographer than Jean-Pierre Papin. Brought out of that mess there by Herzog from Werder Bremen, who spent a lot of time on the bench for Werder Bremen, although laid on a goal against Dresden at the weekend. In Werder Bremen's first away win, 3-2. So he's beginning to play his part there. Figure of Peter Stoger. It is said that Eintracht Frankfurt are interested in him, although he's suffering tonight a degree of anonymity, which won't do his transfer value much good. Almost strolling forward there, Frank Sosi. And I, as a neutral, looking forward to him getting a free kick about 25 yards from goal. He's rather special with that. Away goes Stoger. But running into that quite impervious brick wall. They're looking very strong at the moment there. Bernard Cassani, Frank Sosi, Basile Boli. Oh, quite wasted. I'm sure that very thinking manager, Ernst Happel, not at all happy with that. Goes away to Papin. Well, he's done well enough tonight, just about a couple of yards short in that one. Although a terrible warning to Austria again. that they even allowed him to get so close to goal. That was the pass. There was no offside. He had to look after it first. It might just have slackened his pace forward, that. Almost getting through to Tony Polster. Big fellow who looks very dangerous up front. Polster with the long hair had a kind of a playboy reputation. And away, Xavier Gravelin touches that ball, and I think he tried to curl it round to Cantona. You saw Cantona coming under the back of the picture there. He did a touch by Cantona. He's on his own. Can he lay it off? No, he tries it too much on his own. He had Papin on the far side. Just every now and again he tries a little too much himself. When it comes off, he's looked on as a pure artist. When it doesn't, that he's greedy. Unflinching man. Free kick. We've now played 23 minutes by my watch of this first half. Now Sozi, Uboli hovering at the back, and look at him in exasperation, supplication, almost saying to the gods on high, why didn't you let it just come a little bit higher for me? So Xavier Gravelin goes to the far side. He is a pure left-footed player. Watch it. A lot of good curl volley up there at the back. And Polster had followed him all the way through. I think his hairdresser would be proud of him. Let's see how a millionaire takes a corner kick. Well, not a bad one. He did well enough to curl that in, but Bernard Castagne was never going to get it, the Marseille player. And so much more room now for Austria to pick it up at the back. They're not being as pressurized, obviously, as they were in the first 10 minutes. I certainly don't believe for a moment that the French are becoming over casual about this and lethargic. Magnificent, and he was kicked into the bargain. Easy enough to bring a ball down like that on the practice training ground. Ooh. I bet you the French director almost had fits there when he put up that slow motion replay as Cantona went through. Lucky for him, it didn't quite come off for Cantona. Nice little thrust forward there again, coming from the back. Bowley's beginning to come forward, and the referee deciding that he was fouled as a free kick. It takes somebody maybe awarded the Croix de Guerre in French football to foul that man. So, free kick. Now this is the situation I was talking about. Papa maybe thinking he's going to have a shot at goal, and he does. Would you believe he got it through that defensive wall? I would say that was about 30 yards out. That's not just a primitive effort, that was beautifully drilled. Look how he kept it down, skidding through to him. And that's the quality I was mentioning about Sosie. Now Cantona getting it back there from Gravelin. Cantona. You might recall that goal he scored against Stuttgart at Elland Road, but he just kept the ball at the end of the boot, kept it up in the air, and over the goalkeeper. Goal of almost outrageous impudence. Well, I would have thought that Franz Wohlfahrt was a very worried man in the first 15 minutes or so. The pressure hasn't been as sustained as I would have expected, but we've played now 28 minutes. Austria trailing to that marvellous goal by Papin. The whistle is gone. Free kick. This time to Austria. Several men noted for that, for hitting the dead ball. Indirect, you can see that, has placed it aside, hit then there by Andreas Herzog. Oh, and Papin apologizing for that. Back he comes to try and rectify it. Crowd loved it. Tried to lay it off to Papin, and rather hectic tackle there at the end. Free kick. I think Xavier Gravelin showing his rawness. And yet the French are looking very tight, very professional. Papin getting in behind the defenders again. That's almost criminal negligence by the Austrian defense. It's laid to the side there by Deschamps. And I think Cantona was offside. But really, the biggest question marks must be laid against the Austrian defense for allowing Papin these almost free runs at goal. Goalkeeper, rather famous in an infamous game when he was hit by a steel bar in a game against Ajax, which caused the Dutch club in a European game to be banned for a year from the competition. And thankfully Franz Wohlfahrt recovered from that. Sosie looked for a little 1-2, and that almost got through there to Gravelin. Touched there by Cantona. Papin, I think, may have been falling. He was indeed. 14.5 minutes remaining of this half. And I'll tell you, I would not be at all surprised if the Austrian players out there are somewhat satisfied it's only 1-0 at this stage, because in that earlier period they were facing not so much a football team, more a demolishing hurricane. So 1-0 isn't such a bad score in that light. Sosie. Passed forward there by Fournier, rather disappeared from the game the last 10 minutes or so. Excellent ball there, Cantona. Cutting inside there was Gravelin. Now, I think you'll get a free kick out of it, but yet again, I believe it was a 50-50 ball. They do play for these things now, players, and unfortunately, normally they get them. Gravelin. I think the whistle's gone, yes. Buffoli just getting up from the ground, and Sassou and Cantona all offside. Jean-Pierre Papin with the only goal of the game after 3 minutes. That's all that's in it now, despite all that early pressure. A great play by Sozy. Now Fournier. A little bit ambitious. A good support work there all the same by Sassou, forcing the corner kick. The neatest of overlaps. I don't think he was ever going to get it, but he certainly panicked as Streiter into that. Little bit of exhortation, if you like, from Franz Wohlfahrt, I'm sure in the politest of language. Gravelin with that superb left foot of his. There's the curl, but where are the French players? Yeah, I would imagine his coach, Gérard Houllier, would like him to put that ball slightly out from goal. It's a bit too easy for the goalkeeper to pick up. Free kick to Austria. Difficult one there by Jean-Philippe Durand as Andreas Herzog goes down. Herzog's looking quite promising in this game now, picking up a lot of ball in midfield, except that looks to me as if he might have a knee injury. And down with him there is Durand, as the caption was saying. No, he's all right. Just looked to me like a knee injury. Well, I said it was a more than chilly night in the French capital. The physios well wrapped up in these coats. The crowd huddled together there, certainly warmed by that marvelous French start, generating a few kilowatts of enthusiasm. But nothing much has come from it since then, and that must ultimately be disappointing. Just couldn't keep it going, and that miss by Papin, or the goal that was chalked off by Papin immediately after the first goal, would have killed Austria off once and for all, and he's recovered. Well, they've started on the wave round the stadium, the American wave. Always an indication that people are getting slightly blasé about things. It's a good ball inside, though. Beautiful. Is there nobody on his far side? There is not. And Cantona touches it back. Oh, beautiful goal! Deschamps getting it in, but oh, no, no, no. It's been scrubbed off. Oh, but that was glorious, the way Cantona seemed to retrieve it when everybody else had given up, including, I suspect, myself. I didn't think he would get it. Look at him going to the line. Ooh, that was very close. Superbly touched with the outside of the foot. Deschamps buried it, and the referee drew a veil on the whole proceedings and said it was a goal kick. Still 1-0. Cantona, a man who sometimes can look very lumbering. Well, that view looks distinctly like a goal kick. No question about that. I was saying about Cantona, he looks to be a very lumbering player at times, a little bit selfish, and then out of the blue come touches of genius. So the free kick, Xavier Grabelin. On a go toward Papa, not far away from that. Tony Poulter, a picture of disgust. Let's see, an elbow each. Well, I don't know. So he seemed to give up on that. Well, the crowd don't like that, but I would imagine they'll be expecting in the last 8 minutes of this half France to turn around and do something a little bit special. French coach Gérard Houllier cannot be at all happy about only being one up. Well, I think he would have asked for that before the game, but look at all the pressure they had. And a pass of some indifference by Grabelin, little too casual. Better play there by Deschamps. Captain trying to push his way through. And he got it on the knee again, but I don't think the referee, very reluctant to stop this game. And the goalkeeper very sportingly putting the ball out of play. Didier Deschamps of Marseille, captain there as well. At one stage, it became clear that Bernard Tapie wanted rid of Didier Deschamps. Came from Nantes, put out on loan to Bordeaux, and then off to Marseille. But a workhorse in the team, not the most flamboyant or artistic of players, but he's always there and thereabouts when there's action in midfield. There you can see the little traces of the Mexican or American wave going around the stadium. The grass looking pretty lush by comparison with some pitches around Europe I can vouch for. Good jumping by Durand. That's the skill I was talking about. That's masterly. Onto Deschamps. He's just too far ahead. And in midfield, Eric Cantona must be asking, what more can I do than that under the most difficult conditions? Keeping the ball away from opponents, keeping it off the ground, and then that delightful little chip through. Watch this now. Brazilians couldn't do it any better than that. They used to do that down the Rue des Italiens as cabaret turns. Well, that's a better run forward there by Streiter. Oh, and he didn't go on with it. He thought he had done his part and gave up. About 4.5 minutes remaining of this half. I think there will be about a minute's worth of stoppage time anyway. Lying deep again, Grabelin. Whipped away there by Sozy. There's really not much else goalkeepers can do under the circumstances. And digesting the game, Ernst Happel, perhaps wondering what the kind of halftime lecture is going to be. I think pretty intense. But Laurent Fournier, playing only in his third game for the international side, has a lot to learn from Eric Cantona, who was just inside him in a close space dribble. Cantona again, and laid off to the side, and This time coming in, and it was Laurent Fournier. Couldn't quite get it through. Bolly. Papa not given time to bring that ball down. He didn't like the tackle on the outside of the leg. At the back is Bernard Cassoni. Forward goes Sozi. He's sending some good passes forward. Papa recovered. And Marquillon there was advancing it again. A little bit untidy out of defense. They could suffer. Or Papa brought down once more. Not at all happy about that. Strikers really get dog's abuse in this modern game. They've just got to grin and bear it and occasionally capitalize on the free kicks, as France hope to now. Coming up, Sozi, this time from a more difficult angle. He's nearer the goal. And that impassive chewing of gum presages, I think, another outright effort at goal. No, he curls it this time, and then Wally was up. I think he was actually attempting a little hitch kick. Perhaps only Papin would get away with that, or Cantona in that area. Still 1-0, and by my watch, we've got just over 1 minute remaining of the first half. Getting all these little impish qualities coming out of Cantona now. The back heels, the flicks, the keeping up in the air. There he is again now, really in his element. That's not a bad ball, just beyond Papin. Yes, Papin appreciating that. Liked it very much. The pair of them have scored 38 goals, or 39 now, counting that one tonight. 39 goals between them in international football. Papa trying to lay it off to Fournier. Goalkeeper taking no chances. Well, they get a free kick, but I think he worked very hard to get it, I must say. And now we're into stoppage time in the part of France. France still leading by 1-0. The man to take this, Wolfgang Feiersinger from Salzburg. They could do with a goal at this stage, but look at the way that the French have come out. That was a very soft free kick altogether. I'm not quite sure the rhyme or reason behind it. Off the back of Graveler. And I must say, the youngster, comparative youngster, coming into play in his first cap, his first international, has not been at all overwhelmed by the occasion. No sense of inferiority about him. Some of his moves haven't come off, but he's trying all the time. Has adventurous touches about his play, which I'm much like. Where goes Duron? Papa now. Can he get a 1-2 now? On the far post, that was Sassou coming in. Well, he did 75% of that right. Good run behind the defender, but the ball just going astray. I think he was well off balance. We've now played almost 2 minutes of stoppage time. And there goes the halftime whistle. The Russian referee, Mr. Zouk, bringing the play to an end. There's only one goal in it, inevitably, from the boot of Jean-Pierre Papin. After 3 minutes, a glorious strike, glorious and timely, almost taking the breath out of Austria. But then at the end of the day, I suppose